What is up, YouTube? Hope all you guys are doing well. Today is Sunday and I'm chilling in the Axela. So just wanted to make a video detailing the things that I wish I knew before I bought this car. So I've had this car for around 3 to 4 months now. It's actually due for service, and I'll also be showing you guys that whole service process. But before I bought this, I had several options. So in this video, I'll just take you guys through the key things I wish I knew, as well as the options that I had considered instead of the Axela. So if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe. A video is coming each and every week, but let's get started. So the first thing I wish I knew before I bought the Axela is that this is quite a long car. And when I say long, I mean the bonnet. So if you guys can see, that bonnet is quite long. And why is that important? It's important because if you haven't ever driven a car with a longer bonnet, it will take you a bit of some time to adjust. So what happened with me is I came from a Golf, and that Golf, I had a similar Golf to this one that's parked right here next to me, but mine was a 2014 model. And as you can see with this car, that bonnet, it's quite short, so the clearance that you need when driving that car versus this car in front is quite different. So when I first got this car, I'm telling you, I bought it in Mombasa, and I had been accompanied by a friend of mine. So after buying the car, we were going to his place, and I was driving the car. I think I had given it around 10 or 15 kilometers because his place wasn't that far from where I bought the car. Unfortunately, there was a bit of a ditch, and I didn't see it, or I underestimated how long this car was, and I ended up hitting that ditch and damaging the bumper. Thankfully, it wasn't that great of an impact. The bumper did need to be repainted and to be repaired. So let me just come out and show you guys how the damage looks like. But now it's been repaired. So it was just below here, and already bought this replacement, so I'm going to have it installed. And the light also got a bit damaged, so this place was dented just because I ended up in the ditch, and yeah, I had to have it fixed. So now it's fixed, but that's why for anyone who's thinking of getting an Axela, once you get it, just be super careful the first few times. It does take a while to get used to that long car, but once you get used to it, you should be good to go. So just a quick disclaimer. The second thing that I wish I knew about the Axela is that it doesn't have quite as much internal ambient lighting. Honestly, this car, ikiwa usiku, or if it's at night, it's quite dark inside this car. And I've seen a lot of these guys who sell the aftermarket lights. They actually get a lot of Mazda clients, the Axelas, the Atenzas, because just off the bat, the internal lighting for the Axela is horrible. For the Golf, which is parked next to me, it has these light strips, at least over here and over there on the doors, as well as over here. So with a Golf, you don't feel completely as if you're in the dark when it's at night. But for this car, honestly, it's horrible. Even imagine this freaking controllers here, they're not illuminated at night. I found that to be insane. Like, come on, okay, so after a while I will get used to the different light configurations, because just off, auto, on, and full lights. But why not make it just illuminated? That's something that was quite shocking. The same with the wiper controls. And yeah, I think mentally that was a rude shock, but I don't say I'm used to it, because it's not a joy driving this car, just because of the fact that it's so dark inside. And yeah, I might have to get the ambient lighting, just the aftermarket one, which is annoying. I just feel that cars should come with this. And also for the lights, it just has these lights over here which are so dim, as well as another light back there. So at night, I'm telling you, this car inside, it gets dark. Well, yeah, enough of that point. I've really hammered it. So the third thing that I wish I knew about the Axela before I bought it is that the sound system isn't really that good. I know that there are some that come with the Bose, or maybe other special sound systems, but coming from the Golf, which is parked next to me, honestly, the Golf has a much better sound system compared to this car. And I actually installed an under-seat woofer in this seat, which I'll be doing a review of. But it's honestly, the music, yes, it's not the worst, but it doesn't have that bass. So I bought that under-seat subwoofer just to give that music some bass. Whereas for this car, just by default, the bass is sufficient. It's not too much, but it's sufficient. Whereas for this one, it's completely non-existent. So the sound system, honestly, on this car is not the best. Definitely the Golf beats it on that. The next thing that I wish I knew about the Axela is that the lights also aren't the best. And I won't say that the Golf has better lights. Honestly, most Golfs, they don't have good lights, and you find people having to get aftermarket lights. So these pages on TikTok, when you see them for the aftermarket headlights and those by LED lights, a lot of their customers are Golf people as well as Mazda people, the Atanzas, the Axelas, the Demios. When it comes to lights, a lot of these new cars, or I don't want to call them cheaper, but those ones that aren't, let's call them the mid-range ones, they don't have the best lights, honestly. For these ones, they are much better than for the Golf I had. I'm telling you, for the Golf, you could hardly see anything. But I think for the Golf ones, it also has to do with adjustments and all that. But for this one, it's not the best, and it's also not the worst. So I'm also considering getting aftermarket headlights for this one. Because these ones are not the best. Okay, I think now we are at point number 4 or number 5. So point number 5 of the things I wish I knew about the Axela before I bought it. Most of these cars are now coming with spare tires, and I'll have to get a spare tire for my Axela. So it just comes with a tire repair kit, which again is annoying. But for these Kenyan roads, it's just best sometime you just get those that spare tire. I do have a spare tire for the Golf, which I didn't sell the car with, but unfortunately this one has, for the Golf it has 4 holes, and then for this one it has 5 holes, so it's not compatible. So I'm just thinking of either trading in that one or selling it so that I can get the spare tire for this car. And yeah, the other thing that I wish I knew about this Axela, now this specific model is the diesel model. It's 2.2 liter diesel, and one thing I wish I knew sooner about diesel was that it's quite economical. I live in Athi River, and my commute to and from work is roughly 59 kilometers a day, so it's quite a distance. And filling up this car, it cost me around 7,000, and that's from completely empty. So it's 7,000 Kenya shillings, and that fuel can last me comfortably 1.5 weeks. So it's quite economical, especially for these long drives. And also that 2.2 liter diesel engine just also allows me to have fun and just to enjoy driving the car, because it really does accelerate quite well. And yeah, so far so good. Another thing I wish I knew about this car is that its fuel tank is quite small. I think it comes with a 44-liter fuel tank, which compared to the Golf, I think the Golf had a much bigger tank. I don't know if it's around 50. I'll just confirm that and leave it in the comments below. But I feel that this car has a bit of a small tank, so I wish it was slightly bigger so that once I fuel, let's say I'd go like 2 weeks or just a bit longer without fueling from a full tank. But it's just slightly annoying. So those are the primary things that I wish I knew about this car before I bought it. And the other options that I was considering, okay, for me, I had come from a Golf, so I didn't want to get another Golf. I just wanted to try something different, and my budget didn't allow me to get a GTI. So if I had, let's say, a higher budget, I definitely have gotten either a 2018 or 2019 VW Golf GTI. The Golf Rs are quite expensive, so those ones are just way above. But yeah, in terms of the price range, because for me my budget was between 1.6 to around there 1.7, and it was actually between 1.6 and just under 2 million. And in that price range, because I wanted to get a new car, the options are either this one or the Golf, or is there another option? Now the other options from Toyota, this long car which people really like, I can't believe I've forgotten the name of that. Yani, but it's a very popular car in Kenya. That Toyota Fielder. Oh my god, yani how can I forget Toyota Fielder? Yeah, Toyota Fielder also, you get it for around that same price. And this other one that's a bit shorter than the Fielder, I think it's the Axio. But those ones have been discontinued. But if this video is going out in 2025, so they're still available in the market. The other ones now, if you go cheaper, the Nissan Notes, as well as the Demios, the Mazda Demios. But I wanted a slightly bigger car because I also owned a Demio before. So I really wanted the Axela because of its looks. I think it looks quite nice. And this diesel, I wanted it because at least of that power that it has. It's quite fun to drive, and also it's quite economical, especially if you are going long distances. I know diesels have been hated on, and people in Kenya, once you tell them you have a diesel car, they're like, hey bro, I feel sorry for you. But personally, no issues whatsoever. I can't really complain about this car. It's all about just making sure your lifestyle is able to, it makes sense having the car that matches your lifestyle, simply put. So for me, given the fact that I commute quite a long distance, the diesel, it works out well. But if you're not commuting for long distances, just within a short area, because I'm telling you, per day I'm covering 59 kilometers, and that's just if I go straight to and from work. If I go somewhere else around, that quickly goes up to over 60 kilometers in a single day. I know for a lot of people, you might be clocking around 20 kilometers in a day or 30 kilometers in a day. If you're clocking those ones, then just get a petrol car that will serve you at least for that. But for long distance people, don't mind going with the Axela. Anyway, I'll continue making more videos, just taking you guys through my life with this car. If you like this video, please just share and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.